And we're off. All right, peace and black power, family. I want to welcome everybody into another NCRBGZ Productions. Today is September the 28th, and we glad to be in the land of the living. Yes, 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 yes. You know, today we got a nice show scheduled for the family. The name of the show today is NFL Protests. We're going to discuss the NFL protests, the recent tweets and outbursts by President Donald Trump, and also we're going to touch the human crisis in Puerto Rico. Them two of the things that we should be discussing tonight. With that being said, again, the pre-GZ. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm gonna give my partner Al Tariq a minute to introduce himself to the family while I invite a couple people.
Hey, how everybody doing, man? It's Al Tariq Hayes of the Starting Point, and I'm currently right here in Hope Mills / Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'm a native of Ahoskie, St. John, 561-252-919. I'm from those days when it used to be 919 before 252 even came about. But I'm trying to enjoy this show, man. Good topic. Always enjoyed coming on.
All right, thanks for we appreciate you for coming on. Y'all bear with me. We're a little janky today, so I'm trying to invite some people at the same time. But today we're going to talk about the NFL protests and what is people's thoughts on the protests? What's going on? Was it strategic for the president to come out and say what he said, at the time that he said it? Or is the president just speaking his mind? He was down there in Alabama, a predominantly white audience at the time that he made this statement. So, it just make you wonder, is this what he really think, that the NFL players are sons of bitches because they kneel during the national anthem? It's just interesting. We see everything playing itself out. So, I'm not going to give a full recap, but just know that the president was in Alabama and he said, wouldn't it be nice if some of the NFL owners were to just fire some of the players if they were to kneel and, as he say, disrespect the American flag? It'd just be nice if he fired the sons of bitches, And it set off a firestorm. And over the past weekend, you saw a lot of NFL teams, players, along with the owners and coaches, deciding to take a stand one way or the other. Some teams didn't even come out during the national anthem. You had other teams that all locked arms. A lot of them went on one knee, that went on two knees. So it seemed like what the president said, it led to a lot of players to come out and demonstrate and show their solidarity with, their brothers. So with that being said, was that false hope? Is that a false protest? Did it take for Donald Trump to call out the NFL owners, which a lot of them donated to his campaign? I think over 8 of the owners donated $1 million each to his campaign. So, what are we to think? Now, I'm the type of person, I research stuff and I look at it from a holistic point of view. So, for one, we can't allow the news, the media, or anyone to change the narrative. That's off gate. It's not protesting the national anthem or the flag. That is a bald-faced lie. The protest that Colin Kaepernick started was to protest the injustice and equality for Black and brown people in America. So the flag and the national anthem was never at the heart of the protest, but somehow the narrative is trying to be changed to discuss saying that they are protesting the flag and the national anthem. Now, we can't allow them to change the narrative, because once the narrative get changed, everything get lost. But it's the protest, the inequalities that Black and brown people suffer in America. Now, with that being said, before 2009, the players weren't even on the field doing the national anthem in the first place. Now, you can research this. If I would have had a lot more time, I probably would have brought this up, but you know, I would bring some stuff up and share some articles. But the Department of Defense played the NFL to have their players out there after 2009 doing the national anthem and with the flag. Before then, the players weren't even on the field. So for one, this is new. Since 2009, that's when it started. But, you know, we always somehow forget. Somehow we forget things and we're gullible. So now you have people taking the stands as if this has been going on forever, when it is a proven fact that the federal government paid the NFL for the players to come out there while the flag and while the national anthem is being played in the first place. So that's you gotta put things in context. So off the rip, it's false, because they were paid in the first place to come out there. Before then, they wasn't even out there. Even after September 11, the players still wasn't on the field when the national anthem was being played, as far as the NFL goes. So now people are upset. Now, I'm a veteran. I served the country. So I have a say-so in this. And I know what the purpose of them protesting. It's not the flag. They're protesting the injustice and inequality that Black and brown people are suffering. That's what it started off as, I must say that. It started off that way, but it has morphed into people protesting a lot of different things. But what it originally was for was the inequalities in America. Now, again, before 2009, they weren't out there in the first place. So that's one thing people need research to understand that. Second, when you talk about disrespecting the flag, well, you have codes for the flag. So a lot of these people that's saying what they're saying, have they ever read the flag codes to know that you shouldn't wear any clothing with the flag? I'm telling you, people need to research stuff, because like there shouldn't be no apparel with the flag on it. That's against the flag codes. I think the flag shouldn't be horizontal. A certain wow, damn, I can't forget. I forgot that one. It'll come to me. But it's certain
codes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I was just trying to help you out with that. The flag should never.
No, go ahead.
It should never be horizontal, laid flat, or it should never touch anything beneath it.
Okay, so there go some codes that most people that is so patriotic or off their mind right now, that's, you know, just going straight buck wild about, don't even know that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Before all this popped up, I didn't know it either. I researched it. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know it. So I didn't know that either. So even with that being said, so a lot of people like what's really going on here? Now I can take this subject a lot of different ways. I can take it a lot of different ways, but I'm gonna choose to be strategic with the way I take it. So it's not about the flag, it's about injustice and inequality that is being shown or given to people of color in America. All right. So we just need to make sure we understand that. Do not get lost in the shuffle and understand that it's a game being played by 45 on a lot of the citizens, and we falling for the okie doke. Now, fuck it. I ain't gonna play with it. Let's get real. The NFL was suffering low ratings before this event. Let's talk about it. If you've been paying attention, the NFL ratings have been low. Ain't nobody been watching the NFL like they usually have. If you pay attention to the articles, it's talking about how half the stadiums are half empty and their ratings are low. So if you got people who are invested into something and your ratings are low, what do you need to do? What they say, any type of publicity is good publicity. It don't matter if it's negative or positive, it's still publicity to have your name in the floating around. Now, if you pay attention, the ratings was low, but this weekend, everybody was watching football to see what type of protest was going on. So Trump just played the okie doke on everybody. And all this was about was boosting their ratings, but using Trump and his loud mouth to get people riled up, and now they're watching it. That's what it was all about at the end of the day. It was a business move, and a lot of people ain't paying attention to it because they study one side or the other on the protest. It's either you're on one side of this protest or you're on the other side of the protest. Peace. I see we got Jason in the house. What's up, bro?
Peace, everybody. Sorry for being late.
What up?
It's all good. You're on time. We just jumping in on this protest because I'm talking about how Donald Trump done fooled everybody. Because the NFL ratings, their ratings was low. The NFL was suffering before Donald Trump said this statement in Alabama. They were suffering. They was talking about how the stadiums was half empty. People wasn't watching the NFL. It was taking a toll on their dollar. So what Donald Trump does is they use them. Oh, this is what you do, buddy. Listen, man, we need our ratings to go up. So we're going to get you to make a statement, right? And it's going to get everybody up in arms. And we're going to go out there, we're going to protest. So it's making the owners and the NFL players seem as if they're protesting the inequality that's going on for black and brown people in America. But that's not what they protest for. The NFL owners was protesting with the players because they felt as if the president attacked their league and the players. So they wanted to show solidarity with their players. But they ain't the whole purpose of what the protest started. That's not why they protested. And this is nothing but to get ratings up. And if you pay attention, an article shall come out real soon, and it's going to tell you how the ratings have spiked since this whole incident with Donald Trump, with the president. It was a quick mind game that he played on people, and it worked. Because a lot of people was watching or paying attention to the NFL this past weekend to see what was going on. What was they going to do? If the players was going to strike, if they was going to come out there, if they was going to get on the knee, they were trying to see. And what it did, it boost their ratings. And that's the okie doke that Donald Trump played, and the owners, because best believe they all working together. Best believe that they all working together This was about money and ratings, and that's what it is, and that's what it fooled everybody. So now you got certain people that's burning their jerseys, burning their stuff, you know, of their favorite football players, whatever. And they forgetting that this stuff started because of police brutality. And it's been shuffled. So it's like you see something start and it has one meaning and then it gets somewhere else. Anybody want to jump in and say something? Y'all go ahead, man.
I mean, since I'm just getting here, man, you right about everything, man. It's a smoke screen. You know what I'm saying? We already know what that is. I believe it's deeper than that. I believe they just trying to, you know how media, if they concentrating on, focus on to tell you one thing in the media, and they focusing hard every day, every week, every hour, every minute, then that means they're focused on that because they were trying to bamboozle on something else. They're really focused on something behind the table, back door, under the grass, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Doing something sneaky. So, you know, you got Puerto Rico going through all this trauma and all that. But we talking about over here some football. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, they are trying to trick us. They've been doing it. They use the media to influence what they want to portray.
Hey, Jason, can you turn your volume up? Because I can barely hear you, man.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it ain't that loud.
I don't know, man.
There you go. You good now. You good.
Phone money been low, man.
Yeah, it's your phone, man. It's your phone because it's in 1 minute it's good. Let me see if I can turn the volume up myself.
Make sure you ain't got his hand over the microphone on the phone, brother.
Yeah, man. Look, I got one of these Walmart. You know what I mean? Look, I ain't got one of them iPhones and them. I can't afford one of them yet, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I'm just adding on what you were saying. You right, you correct about everything, man. Something else is going on, and we're not gonna find out till later. When it's too late. That's basically that's what's happening, man.
Altry, you want to jump in here?
Yeah. I was waiting till Jay made his point, which he made a great point. You know, what you said sparked everything off. I mean, the whole problem that we have now, and many people. I'm just looking at social media. That's where I see most of the people talking about it. Many people aren't even talking about the fact that the cause has been lost in the sauce when it comes to the distractions. So, you know, like you said, if we listen to what 45 said at the press conference or whatever, or at his little speech, right after he said all of that about the son of a bitches, he said that most of the NFL owners are my friends. He said that one time before as well when he got Colin Kaepernick blackballed, because before he mentioned that none of the owners are going to take a shot with this guy unless they want to. They're afraid of receiving a nasty tweet from yours truly, and the dude speaks about himself in third person too much for me. Anything he say almost is an embarrassment. So I'm now a retired vet, but when I was on active duty status, I asked one of the soldiers a question because he was very vocal about the disrespect of the flag. So we all know that the protest wasn't about no flag, it wasn't about no national anthem, and it damn sure wasn't about the men and women who served this country and fought and died. They just make so much to distract you from the cause. Nobody wants to talk about why he decided to start taking a knee. The man sat down on the bench for a long time before he actually took a knee, and nobody noticed him when he was sitting on the bench during the national anthem until he stepped out in that lineup and took a knee, and then two of his counterparts, his teammates, took a knee beside him. That's when the uproar came. But guess what? Also was the beginning stages. That was the first time that he had the big afro. When he was sitting on the bench, he had cornrows. When he was sitting on the bench, his face was a little bit neater and edged up. His beard. That man started a scruffy face and a huge afro. That's when the uproar came. Right now, what I told the soldier was, because the soldier was like, "Oh, disrespect, disrespect." Okay, so after I said all that, I told the soldier, I said, "Hey, listen, man." I said, "What do you think about 45?" He started telling me, "Oh man, I didn't vote for this SOB." He calling the president his boss, SOB, and all this and all that, right? So he goes, "I didn't vote for him. I don't agree with none of the stuff he say, but still, there's no reason to disrespect." I said, "No, no, no. Let's not go back to the flag. I just want to ask you about 45. I think he shouldn't be president. He's a disgrace." I said, So let me ask you a question. Is he a disgrace just to you, or do you believe he a disgrace to the high position of power that he sits in? Do you think he a disgrace to the face of the nation that other countries have to see this is who represents our country? Do you think he is an embarrassment and a disrespect to the president of the United States? Now, which one is disrespecting the flag that he wear on his lapel the most? Him in office and the things that he say, or a young man taking a knee and tell you why he taking a knee? We didn't have to guess. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to guess. Is he disrespecting the flag? Is he saying forget the national anthem? Is he talking about our men and women ain't nothing and the sacrifice that they make? No, the man told you why he was taking a knee. So after I broke the soldier down, man, long story short, I didn't tell him all that to make a point and me to be right and him to be wrong, because everybody is entitled to their opinion. That's what we do, fight for. Service men and women, we fight for somebody to speak their mind. You know what I mean? But here's the problem with that too. So, Brother Stewart, you understand this, and Jason, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not. But in the military, you just can't speak your mind. So they all know, when you swear to the oath under that Constitution, you lose a lot of those rights under that Constitution. So keep in mind, like, you can get reprimanded, you can get demoted, and you can get ejected up out of with a dishonorable discharge for speaking about 45 in a certain type of way. That's your commander in chief. The guy can things will still get elected. But we ain't gonna go off track. I told that soldier all of those things, and then after the soldier actually thought about it, and this is where we have to get to. One of my friends on Facebook, one of my business partners on Facebook out in Seattle, Washington. You know how on Facebook they got the feature now where you can bring somebody on and invite them on to your broadcast or whatever. He had a white guy. Mine had a white guy who was opposite him in thinking about the whole situation on his Facebook, and they had a very healthy, friendly discussion about this very topic that we're talking about. And after me and the soldier chopped it up, we got somewhere. And at the end of their broadcast on Facebook, they got off. They believe they got somewhere. One understood the other and vice versa. So, we can like my man said on ESPN the other day, we can all neutral corners, you know what I'm saying, our own little corner and have our own conversations. Don't believe that if we do have conversations with the other side that they're going to listen or learn. They thinking the same thing about us. and you sure ain't nowhere like that. So I invite anybody, please. I want to understand your thought process. I also have heard many times from not only just soldiers, but other people who I come in contact with that's around my age refer to what my father thought a certain type of way, and I try hard to not think that way, especially people in the military, because they get exposed to people. Some people come into the military and has never seen a black person. I'm talking about seeing a black person, and that right there lets you know we got work to do. You know what I'm saying? Because their whole idea of what a black man or a black woman is like is the only thing that they see on television or whatever media outlet that they have looking at social media. They only see that. So we know that they don't have a true representation of of who we are. You understand? And then if their fathers and their forefathers and their mothers is talking a certain kind of way, adding on to what the media put the image of us out there like, then what do you think this 17, 18, 19-year-old, what do you think like? The sad problem about it is, brother, he's sitting beside you with an M16, fully loaded metal jacket, brother. And not to say that he gonna turn on you because you know they brainwash him with the brotherhood thing, but it has happened. And then coming outside of there, most of the people that you see going on a crazy shooting spree background. You know what I mean? And it's very rare. I'm just being real. It's very rare that it's one of us. It's very rare that it's anybody of a brown or tan hue. You know what I mean? Now, when that do come out, like Marvel and them up in Washington D.C., then so long story short, man, I'm sitting here. I'm tired, so I hope I ain't rambling on. But I just wanted to get that out to make the point to say that we have work to do, man. You know, don't just think that you know, I'm speaking for me personally. I don't just think I'm right in my thinking, um, but I'm also in what I believe in. So anything that I believe in, that's just it is what it is. Ain't no changing in that. But I can learn from a conversation that being had.
Yeah. Now, that's the thing about my yacht. My yacht is meant to be balanced. So you always want to be balanced. But let me give a little insight on the reason why Colin Kaepernick started taking a knee was because he had a conversation with a Navy SEAL, somebody that he knew that was a Navy SEAL in the military, and they told him that they felt like it was a little disrespectful for him to be sitting down during the national anthem. But they asked him, do he mind taking a knee? That's when he started taking the knee. That was because he was in contact with a Navy SEAL, and the Navy SEAL told him that it'll be better than if you just take the knee instead of if you sat down. So that's when he started kneeling. See, a lot
You
of
know
people
why?
don't even
You know why that happened?
Huh?
You know why
Do I
that?
know why? No, I'm saying why he started taking the knee, or why him and the Navy SEAL was communicating.
You still tell him would he mind taking a knee?
No, I don't know why. I just know that he was in contact with him, and
The Navy SEAL told him that. The Navy SEAL told him to start taking a knee. So do you know what the knee represents, right?
No, go ahead.
Military wise.
Go ahead. Somewhere else right now. Go ahead. Talk about a fallen soldier.
Exactly. So listen,
Yeah.
at any military, anytime the flag is presented, it's folded and it's presented to the remaining loved one,
Mm-hmm.
and the soldier turns and takes a knee in front
Mm-hmm.
of the remaining
Yeah.
spouse, parent, or sibling
Mm-hmm.
or child, and that's in honor of the sacrifice that was made.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Colin Kaepernick started taking that knee after that encounter, and he was saying that his people and after the military member recommended that.
Yeah, so that was a good thing. A lot of people don't know that though. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people don't even know the thing about taking the knee and what it represents as far as the military. Like this is the thing.
Hey, you breaking up? You breaking up?
Yeah, that's why I was pausing a while ago when I was talking, because I saw your lips move, but I couldn't hear nothing you were saying.
Can y'all hear me now?
Are you underwater, brother? You found Nemo or something?
Damn. Hey, we janky tonight, fellas. We got the janky promotions going on tonight. Y'all gotta bear with us, man. You gotta bear with us. But you know, the thing is with I'm gonna tell you something, man.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna tell you something that's interesting. All right, if you are a citizen, you should have
deep. That's deep right there.
You should have to protest for equality. Like, if we are citizens, citizens do not have to protest for equality. It's automatically given to citizens. That's in the Constitution. But people don't really want to talk about the real meaning of the Constitution and why African Americans or people of brown color have to protest in the first place. Because as a true citizen, you are given equal rights. And you shouldn't have to protest for them rights. The fact that some of us have to protest lets you know that it's not equal rights. That in itself is an oxymoron. The 3/5 have never been overturned. Neither has the judge, the Dred Scott case. It has never been overturned. So when you have conversations and you have someone coming from the other side, if we want to get truly technical about the situation, you shouldn't have to protest for equal rights in the first place. Because that's something that you should be given automatically as a citizen. But I'll leave that alone for another day when maybe everything ain't janky. But do anybody got anything to say before we move on?
Good right now.
Okay, now yeah, I'm gonna move on past that and move to the Puerto Rico, the crisis that's going on over there in Puerto Rico, the humanitarian crisis that's going on over there, where you have these people are still without power. They have food, they have ships with cargo and stuff there, but they don't have diesel, or they can't find the truck drivers to take this stuff from the ships and get to the people. Now, it's a treaty that the United States have that won't allow other ships to come in, and our president is not trying to invoke it. I'm trying to see if I can find the exact treaty. Now, I had all this stuff, man, but it's been a long day. I can't. What? Let me see if I might can pull it up. But it's a damn shame. Just put it like this: it's a damn shame that what's going on over there, and not to even mention the horror stories of what's going on in Texas that ain't too many people talking about. Yeah, it's the Jones Act. Yeah, it's the Jones Act that Donald Trump is not trying to, I guess, repeal or move it away so these people can get help over there. But yet, it's one of the biggest tourist attractions in the world. And me personally, I believe that this is being done on purpose. I believe that it has a reason behind it, and it's a bigger cause. It's something that's gonna happen. One of y'all take over. I think somebody wanna talk about this. Hello. Okay, yeah, I got you. You want me to call you up so you can get up here?
No, I'm in a conference, but I heard you. I have this one and I have the computer on. I can't.
Okay. Wait. I mean, hey, look, do you want to say something I can put you so everybody can hear you? Go ahead and speak.
No, I can't right now, but he did waive it today. This afternoon, actually, he did waive the Jones Act.
Okay, so he did waive the Jones Act this afternoon. Okay, thanks for that information. So I ain't got to go off about that. All right. Okay, so the Jones Act was waived earlier today. So I'm glad I got corrected. Don't want to give out misinformation. But you know, it's a week with people without power, without water, without lights, without food. And it's a humanitarian crisis. So we around here, I don't even want to talk about Venezuela. I think that's the country down there where they preparing for war with the United States. While we sitting here worried about North Korea, this president actually told his people to get prepared for war less than a day ago in South America because they paying like $10 for a loaf of bread down there because of the sanctions that the United States is putting on them. Now, I mean, like, it's so much going on, but these folks in Puerto Rico, I mean, like, how can we allow this? Like, and like, how is this possible? I'm just baffled with it, man. But I know it's a bigger goal, and I know that it's something behind it. They want the poor people to die off, so they can go there and rebuild it up, make it luxurious, so it can be their spot where they go and chill. You know, and I hate to say it, but that's the nature of the beast. So, do anybody want to say something about this humanitarian crisis in Puerto Rico while I look some stuff up? Come on, them our Spanish brothers and sisters down there. There's some more islands that's even been devastated worse than Puerto Rico. All right, somebody got to do something now.
I was trying to let Hood take over.
Hey, look, y'all got to bear with us tonight. Tonight, one of these nights. Go ahead, Jason. We see you.
He trying to talk, man, but phone. Hey, Jason, text me and I'll tell Stuart what you trying to say.
I don't know, man. I gotta think. Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, y'all got
all of us messed up, man. But,
y'all got excuses tonight. Our internet service
man,
is real janky.
Just like anything else, Houston. Yeah, man. I'm trying to speak up a little bit, but it's a lot of shit. I already know it's a lot of human. I already know it's a human trafficking. It's a lot of taking people's land and a whole lot of sneaky stuff going on. You ain't gonna hear about that because of history.
Hey, Stuart, can you hear me?
We're gonna make it do what it do.
Yeah. He was going in and out. I think our internet is kind of like messed up around here. But let me give y'all a little bit of a little bit update about the Jones
So
Act
y'all
waiver.
go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
No, mine's janky too. Mine's just as janky as yours, cause I can tell. But I'm gonna give y'all a little information. This Jones Act, they said it's the devil in the details because it's only for 10 days. It's only this waiver will only be in effect for 10 days. It's only for 10 days that it's going to be in effect. So they're waiving it for 10 days. At least 1 million people has lost power nearly a month ago. Many never had power restored. Power is not expected to return for 6 months after Maria made all of Puerto Rico go dark more than a week ago. Ports are clogged with shipments that cannot be delivered because there are no drivers. Drivers cannot volunteer because the phones are out of service. We're 8 days into this thing and we have barely made a dent of progress in restoring basic necessities for the island. So in Tampa, grocery store shelves were bare. Bottled water was nowhere to be found. Gas stations bagged up their pumps one by one. So it's straight chaos over there in Puerto Rico. It's straight chaos. It's survival of the fittest out there. I mean, these people are week, 2 weeks without power. You got supplies, but they can't get in contact with the drivers because the drivers don't have no cell phone service to get called. You know, everybody in straight chaos, in straight survival mode. And here it is, 2017. We America, the most powerful and biggest country, most wealthiest country. And we got citizens, even though they can't vote, but citizens of America that's basically out there trying to survive. And it's ridiculous. And we have a government that's straight up calling out NFL players. I don't know. It's we need to get ourselves together. Again, we need to get ourselves together. The days of depending on others to help us in our time of need is out the window. We must prepare ourselves by any means necessary to be able to provide for our family in a time of a crisis. Because we keep seeing over and over and over again when it's happening to certain people or certain places that we hold dear that we think it should not happen, we see what's happening to the people. We need to get prepared. This NFL protest is nothing but a smoke screen. Let me tell y'all, it's a smoke screen. Because if we really want to get serious, and like I was saying earlier, if we really want to get serious about equality, this is something that we shouldn't have to fight for or protest for. This is something that we automatically supposed to have. So, man, before I go ahead, get in here, Altruy, before I go on a tangent, man. Before I go home.
Hey, the one thing I wanted to say about Puerto Rico, man, is that I pray that everything get restored. I know that it's tough, man. Y'all keep your head up. Anybody who has family and friends out there, um, for them, hey, do whatever you can to help that relief effort out. I know we sent troops, and I know Mark Zuckerberg came out and sent a large team of people and researchers down there. I saw that on the news today. So hey, man, anybody that can do something that can help, you know, please do.
My thing is this, like, y'all don't like y'all, how you don't prepare for stuff like this? Like, especially with these hurricanes and they were coming back to back. How? Listen, man. People didn't pay attention to this eclipse. People really just thought this was something a regular eclipse that just happened and everything was going to be normal. Listen, family, we better get in touch with our spiritual side. Family, you better get in touch with your spiritual side and understand what is going on right before our eyes. We better start understanding, man. That's all I want to say. We better start looking with our third eye, looking with our pineal gland to everything that's going on around us and start analyzing this stuff because, like, listen, that eclipse was not just a regular eclipse. And the proof is in the pudding. Look at what's happening after that. We better pay attention, like, man. Man, people just listen. I know sometimes people say stuff, you may hear something from somebody that may not be the person that you think should be the one telling you in it. But listen, we better listen to everything that somebody tell us now and analyze it and just don't pass. Listen now. Listen, things are changing. And I hate to say it, but our president is making a lot of things get in line. The president has a job, whether we understand the job or not. So we can look at just the regular job, or we can look at the spiritual job of this president. The president has a job, and the president is going to do the president's job. Now, whether we understand it, where we prepare for it or not, we better wake up and understand it. I mean, listen, this stuff is real. These natural disasters, Mother Nature is not playing. Listen, this ain't no HARP. This ain't no government controlling this stuff. Listen, Mother Nature is mad. Mother Nature is not playing. Mother Nature's Mother Nature is breaking America. We already broke. We already broke, family. Let me give y'all a little bit. Now, Brother Tony Riddick gave us a lecture on something about the petrodollar and how China has surpassed the United States in oil consumption as of this year, 2017. Now, it's on this channel. So it's up to y'all to go and look at it. Well, I'm going to tell you, I've done some extensive research after Brother Tony broke that lecture down. I went and researched some stuff myself. And let me tell y'all something. It is real, family. It is so real that it's terrifying how real it is. To understand that if Saudi Arabia, and they will, it's not if, it's when. It's no longer if, it's when Saudi Arabia stop accepting the petrodollar for gas and start accepting the yuan or the won, which is backed by gold from China, everything is going on, how this all hell is going to break loose. And the sad thing about it is, family, it's not going to be no pre-warning. We're not going to get warned a month ahead of time. We're not going to get warned 2 months ahead of time. When this happens, it's going to happen, and it's going to happen so fast. And it ain't nothing that we can do with our dollars. Nothing. So that country that is paying right now in South America, that their prices are inflated because they have to pay. I think they're paying like $10 or $5 for a loaf of bread. It's ridiculous the amount of money they're paying down there just to survive right now. Well, guess what? If Saudi Arabia start accepting the yuan instead of the petrodollar, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, family, because Russia is getting a lot of that money that Saudi Arabia would be getting from China, because Russia is accepting the yuan. Russia already got a bank in China they just set up. So now Russia is able to buy the Chinese yuan and it's backed by the gold. People better research this stuff. Listen, man, this stuff is serious. But once Saudi Arabia start accepting the yuan or the won, whatever, however you pronounce it, for their oil, them sanctions that America put on these other countries, it ain't gonna be worth nothing no more. They're gonna be able to go around the sanctions. They're gonna be able to go around the sanctions, family. And when they can start going around them sanctions, they're gonna start telling America, yeah, we don't want y'all money. Send y'all money. They're gonna start sending the dollar back. Y'all better research this, man. I'm gonna tell y'all again, research China surpassing the United States for oil consumption. This happened in this year, 2017. It is a war that's going on against the United States, and it's based off money. A different type of war. Y'all research it, family. I'm going to leave y'all with that tonight. It's up to y'all to research it, or say I'm crazy, or this guy be up here saying anything, whatever. You can think what you want to think, research it. Country in Saudi Arabia, in the Middle East, that Saudi Arabia about to go to war with, because they already done said they don't want the dollar no more. They don't want the petrodollar no more for their oil. Why you think they're in Yemen? Man, let me come on, get in here, Tariq. Come on, man, get in here. Say something.
Man, look, I'm sitting over here. Hey, I couldn't even
listen.
Hey, look, I couldn't even close my mouth. I was like, man, hold on, wait a minute. I'm trying to write as you speaking so I can go and research this stuff.
Listen, y'all, it's a country right now in the Middle East that the United States is sanctioning, and they're using Saudi Arabia after them right now because they don't want the petrodollar no more. And Saudi Arabia is trying to make them cut ties with Iran, but the problem is they share natural oil on the same land with Iran, and they cannot cut ties. Man, oh man. Listen, family, y'all research, man. Y'all research. It's something going on globally. Not only is it going on globally, it's going on spiritually as well. All this stuff has to happen, it's going to happen, and whether we like it or not, we're in the middle of a crisis. We're in the middle of a crisis. And I don't know what, I'm not going to say it's a crisis. We're in the middle of change. We're living in the time of change, family. We're living in this time. We're living in this time. Now, in Kemet, they call it the happy. They call it happy, H-A-P-I. That's the age we're in. Of happy, H-A-P-I. That's the age that we're in. Now, anybody know who happy is or what happy stands for if you don't research it? But that's the age that we're in. Understand? Man, it's serious, family. I love y'all, man. I love the family, man. Tomorrow, for anybody that watch this, that stay in the town of Ahoskie, at 6 p.m. at the Kiwanis Club, we're gonna have a debate with all the candidates that's running for the at-large and the Ward B. All the candidates should be there. We're asking all the citizens of the town of Ahoskie to come there and ask your candidates questions. You have to be involved in your local affairs. Ask your candidates questions. I'm gonna be there. I want you to ask me some questions. I love to talk. I got answers. But y'all need to come out and ask the candidates questions. Stop electing people that you haven't asked no questions. Stop electing people just because of names and signs, man. Talk to some of these people. Disagree with some of them. It's okay to disagree. We're not living in an age where you're going to agree with everything somebody says. Al Tariq said this earlier. You're not going to agree with everything somebody, everybody has their own perspective, their own point of view. So it's okay to question people. So come out tomorrow and question the candidates. Question me. I know some questions for me. I got answers for you too, though. That's the thing about me. I want to be questioned because I got answers. But with that being said, we want to thank everybody on Jalen, Jason, and Ashley's daughter. They had a event at our building today at the Rosa Parks Sankofa Academy. They made slime, and it was historic today because it was over 20 children that came there today and made slime. And Jalen, she taught the class. She was the teacher.
Man,
so she taught everybody how to make slime. And I just want to big her up, congratulate her. I wasn't able to be there today, but I was there in spirit. And that was a big step, and that was very big for her to do that and teach the other youth, the other kids how to make slime. And that was a historic day today for us at the Rosa Parks Sankofa Academy. And we just want to thank everybody that sent their children. We want to thank everybody that participated. We just want to thank everybody for putting that energy out. We want to thank everybody that's been helping us, watching us. If you disagree with us, if you don't like us, I don't care. We still thank you. Because at the end of the day, it's all about growth. And we will continue to grow. So with that being said, I'm going to let Al Tariq close out. I just want to tell everybody, peace, Black Power. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love the family, man.
Hey, man, the only thing I got to say is, hey, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate Jason. I appreciate everybody who contribute to your cause because it's much needed. Last thing I'm going to touch off with, you already know, I'm always looking at growth. So with that growth that you just hit on, stop being, I just want to put a message out, public service announcement. Stop being a consumer and let's go ahead on and build. All right. So what I mean by building, Stuart just sent me with some homework. So I know he holding that information back with them Bitcoins. I've been looking it up. And I just need some more self. Hey, look, for one thing, I ain't gonna put you out there like that. It's my fault. I'm looking it up now. You know what I mean? Well, you've been telling me about it for almost 6-7 months. So, with that building process, and I say get your finances in order. Look like now we need to start shifting our finances from that petrol dollar and get that doggone get them Bitcoins and that cyber dollar and the doggone gold and silver and you know what I mean? Hey, go out there on your own property now. Don't go out there to somebody else and start digging. But go out there, start digging, and see what you can find. But other than that, man, that's all I got to say. If anyone needs any help, I'm going to plug myself. I hope y'all don't mind. But if anyone needs any help, what we're doing over here in Fayetteville, North Carolina is we're researching. We're researching every chance we can get. We're trying to find new ways of increasing someone's financial IQ. And it starts small. You have to have a starting point. You got to start somewhere. So at the end of the day, when you're looking at your finances, when you're looking at your family finances, and not just for yourself, we're talking about legacy. All right. So build something for your children's children, man. Leave something behind other than a bill. And teach one. You know what I mean? So if you learn something, come and teach it to us. Excuse me, we're not experts, okay? Hey, if somebody grabs something, I don't care. I know Stuart always reading, or any other you guys that's actually reading things and finding out information, man, please put that junk on Facebook. Inbox it to me, and I'll make sure I share it with everybody I come in contact with once I vet it out and know it's true. All right, so that's the last thing I got to say, man. If y'all need any help, you can reach me at www.thestartingpointfg.com. You can reach me at thestartingpointfg on Facebook, or you can reach me at my personal email, which is altarikhayes33@gmail.com. All right, so hey, that's all I got to say, brother. I appreciate y'all.